Welcome to Annexed Dinner Table. I'm Cassandra and today we're going to be opening Santorini. Santorini is a 2 to 4 player game where you're moving your workers across this like 4x4 grid, building towers, placing domes, removing pieces. Super fun looking with a really easy mechanic. But let's see what's in the box. This box has a really nice feel as you like run your finger along it. It's almost like there's like ridges or something. Very nice feeling. And then you have the art on there, which has the towers that you're building with these like god figures who are doing the building. Very cool. Okay, so we have the different pieces of the buildings. These look like the top third floor piece, the second floor piece, and then that first floor piece. There does seem like there are more of the first floor than there are of the second floor, and of the second than the third. We've got this just like plastic molded thing that I think is going to end up becoming our board, with this being our board. And then we have those domes for that third piece. These just go on top. Some little workers. They come in 3 different colors and are kind of cool. There's like a man and a woman of each one. Some cards. So this one's Apollo. I'm intrigued if they're all going to be gods. And then rules on the bottom. That's interesting. Normally rules go on the top. And they come in French and English. But let's look at the English ones. Only 4 players, so super easy, and it looks like actually setup, how to play, and winning the game is actually all on this first page. And then god power setup, using god powers, some simple gods, advanced gods, and then the rest of this is just what those cards are gonna do, with the back being a 3 to 4 player variant, and then a glossary, and then the credits. Interesting. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at some of these things. Let's look at the cards first. So Apollo, Artemis, so it does look like they are all gods, Greek gods for the most part, but they do seem to break out. Pan, Aries, they're dropping them. They do have some different symbols down here in the bottom right. So we've got a like flower, and then we have this little like circular thing here. And they have numbers, so I think that's gonna be the basic versus the advanced. Chaos, Kronos. Oh, very cool. And then they have all of them have a nice picture of the god, and then what their special power is gonna be on the bottom. And it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of iconography that you're going to either need to learn, or you're going to just need to constantly be referring to that page of what do they do. Then that's the cards. Let's look at these 3D printed workers. We'll look at my favorite color, the blue. So they have some detail in there, not like great detail, but they're also not, they don't need a whole bunch of detail, but they have detail in the hair. You can definitely tell that they're wearing like a toga, but you can't really see like folds in the toga and things. And it looks like they're supposed to be builders because he's got like a nice hammer there. And then there's the female, again, builder with a hammer. Some nice detail in the hair, and you can definitely see that she's wearing like a dress. And they're the same for each color, so that was the blue. And then there's a white ones, and then these like brown ones that you got. And then we can look at the domes. I think they're just gonna be domes. You know what? That's probably not the best way to start. Let's start with the base. So it sits flat on the thing and it takes up this whole square, which is really nice instead of it just being somewhat in there. Takes the whole thing. And then it's got this indent that, oh, should have opened these all before. The next piece just sits on there, let's see, really nicely, so it doesn't have like a huge seam there. And then the third piece, same thing. It just sits on there really nicely, and has that nice indent. And then the dome sits right on top. So this is how you build a building. They look very nice, and they're quite tall, especially compared to those workers that you have. And then we had this map and this other piece. Oh. Look at that, maybe. Is it just not square? There we go. So it just takes a little bit. Oh, it is not square. Okay. I see. One of these is smaller than the other. And then, yeah, just hooks in and you snap this in. And it actually lives the opposite way. So this is like a mountain that we're rising and living on top of with your people. Woo! So that was all of it. And then everything's just gonna go back into their bags, and then we will place it all back into the box. So it did go in exactly like I pulled it out. It was a little disappointing that that board piece did actually have to come off and then flip over in order for everything to fit. But then the big pieces went in there, and the cards and all the others just kind of fit around it. I'm gonna put the rule book on top so that I can read it later. Fun. So that was what was in the box of Santorini. This game seems like it's gonna be super easy to learn with that one page of rules, but that there's gonna maybe be some really in-depth strategy and some like evolving and playing with all those different god cards that's gonna keep bringing you back to this game over and over and over again. If you like this video, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get reminders of our newest videos.